Consider this a bookmark for a time many years yet to come. Thank you to our $5 patrons, Sinners Lancelot, Art Goon, and the Divine Anpu. A big thank you to our $25 patron, the Mr. Greed. Now, before we hop into this bookmark, please do me a favor, leave who you think is going to be the strongest by the end of the series in the comment section down below. Leave a like and subscribe if you aren't already. Also, make sure that little notification bell so you miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, I do have a Patreon down below where you can support me for as low as $1 a month. Any support would be appreciated. Now, let's get into it. What's up, guys? I'll call the pencil, and here we are to break down who the mightiest shall be at the end of this series. Now, I know we literally just got introduced to Gawain. We don't know what their face looks like yet. We don't know what their magic really is. Everything. However, based off assumptions, what I know about Gawain and the whole, they probably have sunshine or some variation of it. So what I was thinking about, well, who gonna be the mightiest by endgame, right? And by endgame, I mean end game, but not post-series or end of series nerfs, because for some reason Nakaba's very fond of that. He's gonna nerf you end of series whether you like it or not. So peak pure prime of their power, who's going to be the strongest? I want to make this little list, and if I had to go off the top of the domer, I'm gonna have to say the bottom is gonna have to be Gawain. And I know that's bad. Gawain, I believe, is one of the more popular knights outside of literally Lancelot himself in comparison to a lot of the Arthurian mythology cast, but I'm gonna go with Gawain the weakest, mainly because if they do only have some variation of sunshine, they have nothing else. And to be fair, I'm not gonna lie, the one Ultimate Escanor, he was about that action, but I don't see Nakaba doing that twice. If anything, Gawain will be used as a cool way to tie the old series to the new series. You got your fairy, you got your human, got your demon, got your goddess, got your human. I don't know why I said human twice, but essentially you have this nice combo. If Gawain doesn't have anything special to them, I don't think they aren't main character human, and that's what we're gonna get into in a little bit. However, yeah, I do think Gawain, I want to say they, just because I'm not exactly sure if they're gonna be male at this point, just because Nakaba going out of their way to hide their face. You know what I'm saying? Apparently Tristan can't even tell voices either, so you never know. However, Gawain, I do think Gawain's going to be the weakest. If I end up being completely wrong and they're second strongest or the strongest by the end of the series, great. That's why this is a bookmark, and I'm making predictions off of chapter 57 by the time I'm recording this. So it's very unlikely, very, very unlikely that I will be right. However, I'm hoping I am. Next up, I'm actually going to... Hard, bro. I hate to do this too. Actually, no. I'm going to say Tristan. And I know that seems wild, right? Why do you think Tristan will be number 3 out of a group known of 4 Knights of the Apocalypse when he's literally the grandson of 2 I think it's just Nakaba's, plot subversion. Not going to lie, I feel this is going to sound weird to say, but I feel the story of goddesses and demons has kind of ended. Sure, this is still their narrative in the sense that they need to fight for survival and fight for their lives and stuff like that. But in terms of the goddess and or demons being the mightiest, the apex of them all, I'm gonna say that's gonna be a no-go, especially considering if Lancelot has anything to show by with his Shining Road, which is a reference to the golf manga that Nakaba did a long time ago. I think his powers aren't going to be the most special, and I'm not going to lie, he kind of has the lowest probability of a dual magic. And what I mean by that is he has the light and darkness properties, which is very, very good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say that's awful. And obviously, he's pretty much the only one in the group outside of maybe Percy who has, and Gawain if they have sunshine and they mutate. But he's the only one to have legitimate transformations, demon mark, goddess eyes, built-in amps essentially. So if Tristan and base is relative to the others, they could easily go arc, amp, demon mark, assault mode, true there are a whole ton of things that could make Tristan the strongest. So I may be being a little edgy by saying he's gonna be am I being too edgy? It really depends, right? Because Nakaba loves to break ankles, essentially. He loves to plot subvert. So I really wouldn't be shocked if he was oh, you like that hybrid, right? You think he gonna be the strongest? I'm gonna make him the 3rd weakest. But I don't know. That may just be me spitballing off the top of my dome. Second up, we're gonna have Lance, and notably, even I was looking at the mirror for a little bit when I thought about this. Like, I literally, this idea came to me as I hopped fresh out the pencil sharpener, and I was like, you know what? Reasonably, this could be cool. But then I was like, I would like Lance to be the strongest, because notably, I like Lance the most out of what we see in the four knights. And to be fair, once again, we haven't seen anything Gawain other than so there isn't much to go off of. But at the same time, I feel like I'm like him the most right now, so I'm probably gonna like him the most for a while. But the reason I'm having him above Tristan is because you gotta remember, Lance got that nice next level chaos raining, and also, like, Lance is the second most popular thing to come out of Arthurian mythology, except for Arthur himself. Like, not gonna lie. Well, actually, no. Third, I'd say third, because it's Arthur, then Merlin, then Lancelot. Like, even I knew about Lancelot before I started reading Seven Deadly Sins. That's how, like, cultural osmosis is so strong for Lance that I wouldn't be shocked if Nakaba, like, appealing to the fans, made Lance the strongest. And also, once again, Lance seems like a person who would have some of the least potential, right? And, like, this is no offense to Lance, but the one ultimate Eskimo was stronger than Bond. And then, of course, the demon goddess hybrid just sounds way more crazy than a human fairy hybrid. But Lance has gotten that training from the Lady of the Lake. He has access to some form of light manipulation. He probably has some form of whatever, but at the same time, he has some form of darkness manipulation, probably. And overall, while he at the moment isn't the most taxed, right? Like, he's not the craziest in terms of hypothetical hacks. The mind reading plus the hypothetical snatch hacks he could end up getting or already having and just not revealing it. The ability to fly, the wings possible. Like, there's depth to where Lance can go, especially hacks-wise, to the point where I'm like, you know, I may just have to give it to him. But I can't give him number one. I'm going to give number one to Percival. And this is, like, long, in the membrane, kind of insane, like, theory crafting. But I'm convinced that by the end of this series, if Percival isn't dead, I know that's weird to say, if Percival isn't dead, he's going to become the new vessel for chaos. Because his magic already seems so chaos-like that I wouldn't be shocked if chaos, once, like, Arthur is defeated, is like, well, shoot, your father, Arthur, I'm going to get a new vessel now. And if it isn't Mordred through some time skip mess, then I could easily see it transferring to Percival and enhancing his magic and making him the strongest in the verse. That's it. That's the only theory I have. Mainly because, and also Percy inherently is just insane. Like, beyond, out of all these solo magics we've seen, outside of literally chaos magic itself, nothing compares to what Percy has at all. So once he gets around the physical strength level of the others and the level of skill, and he gets more combat experience and all the stuff he needs, I know his magic is going to carry, especially since he has a whole nother side to it. He literally, like, every single one of the casts so far, except for Gawain, considering we know so little about them, has some sort of dual-sided magic, or some sort of dual-sided possibility for magic. Tristan has light and dark, Lance has fairy and human, and I guess Percy just has death and light. So that's my bet. That's my list right there. I think number 4 is going to be Gawain, then we're going to go Tristan, then we're going to go Lance, then we're going to go Percy. For who's the strongest is going to be throughout the series up to a point. And by end of series prime, that's what I think it's going to be. However, those are my thoughts. Please tell me your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And make sure that little notification bell so you miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching once again. And make sure I have a Patreon down below where you support for as low as $1 a month. Okay. Thank you so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is Dag on the Pencil, writing off.